So here's where I want to talk about how I believe that the Bible shows that we are at a time of judgment, and how it is the beginning of the age of Aquarius and the ending of the age of Pisces, and how I believe that can be interpreted pretty easily in the Bible. So real quick, I want us to look at this Temperance card, see how, like I said, 1 foot in water, 1 foot on land. It's alchemizing, right? Okay, it says, I want to read this real quick. The angel in the little scroll. And then I saw another mighty angel coming down from heaven. He was robed in a cloud with a rainbow above his head, and his face was like the sun, and his legs were like fiery pillars. He was holding a little scroll, which lay open in his hand. He planted his right foot on the sea and his left foot on the land, and he gave a loud shout like a roar of a lion. When he shouted, the voices of the 7 thunders spoke, and when the 7 thunders spoke, I was about to write, but I heard a voice from heaven say, seal up what the 7 thunders have said and do not write it down. Then the angel I had seen standing on the sea and on the land raised his right hand to heaven, and he swore by him who lives forever and ever, who created the heavens and all of that is in them, the earth and all that is in it, and the sea and all that is in it, and said, there will be no more delay. But in the days when the seventh angel of God will be accomplished, just as he announced to his servants, the prophets. Okay. It said, hold on. Okay, so he took the little book and ate it, okay? I'm going to read more on this page, but just for people with a short attention span who might still be here, I'm going to read this part first because it's the most important. As the tarot sets forth the pattern of the universe and the immutable laws that govern it, so as the tarot sets forth the pattern of the universe and the immutable laws that govern it, it was of necessity included in that the pattern and affected by those of laws, but within that larger field is a pattern of his own, an individual pattern determined and conditioned by his numbers, his elements, and the 7 thunders which surrounded him at birth. It is the little book that gives him his clue and a further extension of clarification, and his own astrological and numerological maps, strictly calculated according to his elements and attitudes and emotions and reactions to all others, and most empathically himself. So I wanted to read that first, but it says, as the devil can always cite scripture for his own purpose, so may we all, through ignorance or carelessness, distort and misinterpret the most sacred of symbols and the most priceless of teachings. We may do harm to ourselves and surely none to the little book by using it as an innocent pastime, but we are missing something valuable and important as if we regard it only as a pack of cards, because it's kind of talking about the 52 card deck system. Okay, it says, an outgrowth of our familiar 52 card in the tarot, a collection of 22 major cards or trumps setting forth the tree of life. But the Kabbalah is teaching concerning the one source in all created things and the universal laws that govern them. The true origin of the tarot cards is not known. Many so-called authorities differ wildly among themselves. But let's see. It says, it is universally conceded, however, that the teachings was given to the wise man of old, divinely anointed as leaders and guides for the seekers of the path of return, and that the symbolic statements in the tarot were invented by them. One small group. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna read what. Okay, so. The purpose behind teachings was so to find a prevention and cure for one great tragedy that accounts for all the ills of mankind and the world he has lived in from the beginning of time, what the occultists call the crime of separation. We all know that the great departure from the divine source of our being followed swift on the heels of the commandments given through the voice of Moses and the laws set forth in the I don't know what that word is. We are dangerously far from that source today. The tarot and the little book are given as way showers. The Gypsy Bible was a Bible, in fact, long before it became corrupted by the gypsies themselves. Our own Bible established the cards for us as the little book in the hand of the angel bearing the message of the 7 thunders, the 7 planets, sealed until the time when the followers of the Lamb must prophesy against many, or must prophesy again before many people and nations and tongues and kings. The followers of the Lamb have always held it to be a sacred book. Its symbols, sacred symbols. The Rosicrucians, the original Masons, revered it and its 52 chapters as true revealers of God's laws. Long before the Gypsy Bible, there was the Masonic Bible, and long before that, the little Bible mentioned in the scripture. There is a much higher evidence that carries our cards back to the Atlanteans and the master teachers who were anointed to save a remnant of the race.